meal on the last day of the week.
Yeah.
What this game's like. World 6 is crucial. So here we go. Get hype, get hype.
It's like we're getting a bit of a resync here. Fathlo is a little bit, his timer's a little bit behind.
Regardless, you can see a slight movement error from Fathlo, which this level's still just crushing most of the people in this tournament. But in a race like this, these guys are trying as hard as they can not to lose what we refer to as donkey units, which is small fractions of a second that require huge risks to gain. These guys are really caring about the details.
Oh yes, these two all both go for every single frame saver that they can squeeze out of this game. And you need to at that level that they're at. You really need to squeeze the game for all it's worth.
You know, what's this this strange cartwheel motion we see here from Diddy? He sure can cartwheel far, can he?
Yeah, he's rolling pretty deep there. We can actually abuse that mechanic and apply it into what we call an extended roll, or an extendo for short, which involves rolling through an enemy while you tapping Y. Stores a roll so that you can use that roll again shortly after your roll is over, and you can maintain your momentum. You can roll through a whole tasty single file line of enemies and gain a whole lot of speed and go really fast. Look at that!
Will we get it? Watch out! The last Kremling is the scariest guy in that whole level.
Yeah, neither of them got kicked in the face. So these water levels are really quite relaxing because it's got the best sound in the whole game.
Oof, not for me. I get really tense. Like, man, you can't breathe under there. The Kongs gotta go move fast or they die. Like, can you imagine?
I can't imagine. What do you think makes the monkeys go fast in this level? These water levels.
I think they just subdue wild fish and ride them, of course. It seems to be it seems to have to do with pressing Y once you're upon the fish here, and it also seems that they're pressing Y with some pretty good timing here in order to move quickly here.
Yeah, some good timing rhythm there. Really helps you preserve your momentum.
But yeah, now that they can take a breath of fresh air again, they can just skip this entire level, basically.
Yeah, they can
I don't see what's so wrong with this level that they gotta just fly over it.
Just skip over all your problems, as we're gonna do a lot in this game. Not to be understated, like it's hard to reach that last barrel that they both went into. Sometimes if your roll was a little too deep, you can kill the guy you need to jump off of to get on top of the trees. That's very embarrassing. I'm into the first boss fight now. We're gonna see him again at the end of World 4.
This beaver truly knows evil. Like, he's so wicked that he just lives surrounded by the bananas of his fallen, his stolen bananas, man. Like, really doesn't get more wicked than that guy.
Sick and twisted individual. So this is the greatest level in the game, named after the greatest animal buddy in the game. This is Winky's Walkway. A lot of fun because there's a lot of really cool extendos and things you can do in here, and it's really satisfying to pull off when you do it well. Definitely one of my favorite ILs.
So basically a tie game.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this minecart level. Oh.
Guys, about 2 donkey units apart. Fathlo's gonna have to risk death twice in order to catch up.
It's over. That was a really good minecart level. Canis, what do you think of this level?
Man, I miss the fish. But,
me too. Me too, man.
A lot of bees in this level, so I'm not a fan. Beets are, well, you know, a type of bird, and all birds are bad. But there's also a lot of tires here, and that's really the most interesting thing about this level is you can roll on the edge of those tires, but only if you have good timing. If you have bad timing, you die. So it can be a little tense, considering you skip halfway. But not a problem for these guys.
Yeah, Stu gaining just a little more time off of Fathlo there. Wasn't entirely sure why I was choking back laughter. So this level is a lot of fun because, again, you don't really play it. You just go back where you came from and you're at the end of the level.
Raids. What's it called? It's where they go to, like, rage at night.
Here's the first instance of a super jump.
So intentionally taking damage near a slope to store the glitch. And the next time they take damage, they're going to try to bounce on a Kremling, and that bounce is going to have essentially infinite height due to the glitch that they stored by taking damage near the ledge.
Just like that, just jumping over all their problems.
Alright, another very sinister individual. And this bird could have just lived a normal life. You know, spat nuts at squirrels and ate them like he's supposed to. But instead, he's just stealing bananas.
Yeah, just being a bird. He's also one of the bigger sources of RNG in the game, depending on whether or not you're going to get a high spawn or a low spawn. Looks like they have some pretty good spawns, both of them. A little over a second separates them.
Alright, so here's where things start to really get interesting. World 3 has a lot of levels that can be very quick or very long, depending on how they go. And basically every level in this entire world has something special about it to go fast, whether it be a warp or like a trick or a glitch. Just not the fish level.
Yeah, there's a fish level near the end of it. So speaking of glitches, we saw the super jump, and we saw Stu attempting a jump roll while he was practicing. So here we're going to combine the trick together to a super jump roll. Again, we're going to take damage, so Diddy goes flying off screen. Keep those 4 Kremlings alive. And then we're going to take damage as if we're going to do a super jump, and we're going to press Y at the same time. And
you got it. Fathlo didn't, and that makes the spread between them about a minute. Right there. 1 minute.
Just like that, the lead can swap at any time. So Fathlo is going to attempt it again. Again, it's a frame-perfect trick, right? So you have 1/60th of a second.
Yeah, but this kind of event in a race where one person loses a minute here compared to the other is kind of factored into when we say, like, they're probably still going to get, like, 33s and 34s.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, even with that, we could still see a really crazy race where everything else is just perfect. For Fathlo here, who's unfortunately now on the struggle bus.
He has some catching up to do, that's for sure. This is Temple Tempest. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna roll through a whole bunch of guys here. Get really fast.
Look at that. Beautiful movement.
Does not even baby out.
He rolled the equivalent distance of what must have been 10 rolls right there in basically one chain, just because of the extendo mechanic that's so important in this speedrun. So I said earlier, there's a lot of levels that have tricks in this world. You're about to see a trick. Stu is not lost. He does know where the next level is. Its entrance is on the corner of World 1 here. First try. So he pressed a button right as he hit that corner and warped to the end of the level.
Now he's done.
Fathlo is doing that very long roll that I just mentioned. He did not quite get the full version, but it's still very good. And now we have the fish back. All right, we can relax now. Well, Stu can relax.
Fathlo still has some guys to roll through, and he still has to find the corner.
So when we talk about people like trying really hard for the nitty-gritty, like tiny quarters of a second of time save, these water levels are the king for like that kind of gameplay.
Yeah, you can. Sorry, go ahead.
You got it, man.
All right. So, the water levels are very much momentum based, and you need to make sure that you stab with your fish as perfectly as you can. It's a rhythm timing thing, and using the corners to start that momentum boost is very important. They're starting their lunges like right as the slope starts at the corner, so that they get a really good boost forward. You see it on Fathlo's screen. So now we're completely glazing over the boss fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, same story, really. Just gotta get your bananas back.
It's true.
You can feed at least a family of 4 monkeys now.
Have you seen how big Donkey is?
Hmm?
Have you seen how big Donkey is? It's a lot of bananas.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen his grandfather?
Yeah, he must have eaten his fair share of bananas. Surprised he still has bananas left.
So notice here Stu is going to intentionally grab a tin can, and with that tin can in his hand, he's going to jump on the corner, or like on the slope, and that gave him an extra big jump. This is the final losers bracket race, and this is actually a rematch between 2 gentlemen who raced each other earlier in this tournament, actually. And yeah, it's looking like it's not quite a minute apart. It's like 50 seconds, I want to say, maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing this level is about 50 seconds long.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how long it is, but Fathlo looks like he's caught up just a little bit. He was just entering the level while Stu was finishing it. They were like about a level or 2 ahead beforehand. Fathlo doing that corner boost.
I think Fathlo has an interesting advantage in the fact that this along with, I believe, Final Fantasy VI, which is a completely different kind of speedrun, or his main speedruns. And with this game, that means he's like dedicated all of his speedrunning effort into something like very technical and skill-based like this, like reflex-wise. So like this is his home territory. It's like we're playing on the Fathlo home court right now. Stu, meanwhile, is a master at a crazy number of other games, including every other Donkey game in this trilogy. He's learned like 3 Mario games now. And so because of that, I think Stu, like, yes, he has one of the best times in this game. It just seems like Fathlo would have somewhat of a home court advantage.
Well, Fathlo is the world record holder for this category and a few other Donkey Kong Country categories. Stu has challenged it quite a few times. Stu actually holding the world record for the completion category of this game, 101%.
He's had that for a long time.
It's because no one wants to play it.
Well, he's so good at frames.
And yeah, he's also very good at it, and that category has way too many frames.
Yeah, imagine doing like 20 bonus levels that don't even give you anything valuable other than like lives, and all you get for that is to lose the run because you didn't press Y frame perfectly.
And it is a lost run. Challenging category.
That just sounds like too big of a pain to me, but I do like me some all stages.
It's definitely a fun race category.
Fathlo just finished the bird level, and he's now on his way to Croctopus Chase. Same level as Stu, but they're still about a minute apart. Yeah, I think it's closer to a minute than 50 seconds, like I said earlier.
We'll see what the blackout is on Stu's frames. Or Stu's splits.
I hope everybody's holding their breath right now. I just want to see what it's like to hold your breath throughout this level like the monkeys do. It's pretty impressive. Do you know apparently like people can train to hold their breath for like 8-10 minutes?
My God, that doesn't seem possible.
It doesn't seem healthy, dude.
That's a lot of oxygen not going to your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently the Kongs really challenged themselves and got their enduring breath up there.
You'll notice that actually Donkey Kong is the only one that actually has bubbles coming out of his mouth. So it's presumed that Diddy Kong can breathe underwater.
Did not realize that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's the little details that really make these games incredible, especially for their time.
Yeah, like the little details like the bosses of this game.
Oh yeah, A1 bosses.
The final boss of this game is really cool, but most of the other bosses are kind of silly.
So there's a 1603 torchlight in for Stu.
Stu is now in the difficult half of the game. He's surrounded by pits right now that he could fall into. Can't really tell, but he could easily die at any moment. And definitely in the next level as well, but you'll be able to tell then. Looks like we might have a little bit of a screen quality issue on Stu's side. Now, it looks better now. Maybe it's just because it was torchlight. Yeah, it looks fine in this level. In the darkness, his stream looked weird. Right. So now going for a super jump roll, which he got.
Of course he did.
So that saves about 9 seconds over the normal route through this level.
1701 enter for Fathlo, so a little less than a minute separates them, but now a little bit more because Stu got the super jump roll. It's quite sad.
I'm not even surprised. Like, that's just like so normal for Stu in a run.
It's true. Like I mentioned earlier, these two are two of the best consistent frame hitters, although Fathlo not hitting Forest Frenzy notwithstanding.
Things are going to get interesting in the next level here as well. There's another super jump roll, same trick that is being done by Fathlo right now, except the one in the next level saves much more time. Fathlo did not get it, so it's looking like deja vu in a way.
Is Fathlo going to beat Stu without hitting any frames? Not looking at dots, Stu. Come on. That's why you didn't get it.
That's why, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, you got to look at the dots. You know, if you're not looking at the dots, you're not going to get the trick correct.
Yeah, I learned that on the wiki. So Stu having to play this level normally is easily one of the hardest levels in the entire speedrun.
Absolutely.
You get the frame perfect trick, you not only save time, you avoid having to do some of the riskiest movement in the entire game. Look at what he's about to do here.
At the end, this is
actually
insane.
Insane. Okay, yeah, he's playing a little safe there. Here's the crazy part. Okay.
Makes it look easy.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just barely stand on the right side of the fire when it's like pretty much all the way up.
So if Fathlo were to hit this next frame, he'll make up a lot of time on Stu.
This is true. I believe Stu is going to go for another super jump roll and elevator antics that nobody else goes for, really.
Oh, you mean the elevator antics super jump roll, yeah.
Indeed. Fathlo doing the older, easier setup for ODA. Still did not. Oh my goodness. Stu got the SJR.
Well, Stu is on a run right now.
Has he made any big mistakes? I forget. I don't think he did. Except ODA, not getting an ODA.
Yeah, Stu's had a very, very clean run so far.
Trying to think. It's like with players like this, if he made like a little 3-second mistake in World 2 or something, that's like actually going to matter. but this could be PB pace for him.
I believe so, yeah.
Fathlo coming up to the hard parts. Wow. Look at the spread between these two players right now. It's insane.
This is starting to become insurmountable.
What was this home court advantage thing I was talking about?
Commentator's curse, probably.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it is just race 1 of possibly 3 here.
It's true, Fathlo might just be getting warmed up. He's not even at full power yet.
Fathlo not going for the SJR and antics, so you'll get to see what this level is normally like. It's stopping and going a lot. It's not really that well suited for continuous right movement.
There's a lot of
reason I don't like it.
There's a lot of crawl space zips, and there's a lot of you know, camera manipulation for the elevators to come in certain times. Right there.
Yeah, you had to swing around left. Looks really slow. But it's what you have to do. What is Stu doing? Did you see what he... Did he...
No.
He tried to go for the swag jump roll. This guy. This guy. He tried to jump roll off the same bird that you deboost off of to start the rolling in air trick. If you don't know what I mean by rolling an air trick, you'll probably see it with Fathlo in this level very soon. So, side note. Yeah, it actually isn't swag. I think that does save time, just a really tiny amount of time.
This goes back to, you know, us mentioning that these two are going to try to save as much time as they can out of this game. Stu must have recognized what kind of pace he was on and just decided to go for everything.
Yeah, now I'm just really wondering, because, like, do you have splits up? Well, either way, we have a race going on here. So. Yeah, it's not even over for the race, that's for sure, because right now we're looking at pretty much the difference in time save between not getting a lot of frames in World 6 and getting all of them. Well, it's kind of like all versus none, so anything could happen though. Alright, so here's that rolling and air glitch I was talking about. That's done by walking into the cart as Donkey Kong and then taking damage on the first bird. And then you can do this jump roll. Hey!
Good job, Fathlo.
That jump roll just saves like 2 or 3 seconds, maybe 4. I don't remember, but it's not much. But it's really satisfying because you don't have to do anything, and it looks cool.
Yeah, it's one of the times you get to actually, you know, have a drink.
So we ain't talking about Blackout Basement with Stu playing it, but that is also one of the hardest levels. Not just because of the blinking lights, but the platforms are actually arranged in a way that it's pretty dangerous to go fast. So we can pay a little more attention to that when Fathlo does it right now. And then that'll wrap up right around when Stu's going to be going for the World 6 frame.
The big one.
Yeah.
The big banana.
Oh yeah, look at this. Just rolling through the dark. Can't really see it all. Going through enemies. And if you make a mistake, the light cycle changes from what you're used to. So that can mess with them psychologically. So it's very important to play this level the same way every time.
Yeah. Stick to the script.
Yeah, well, and speaking of which, Fathlo is doing it extraordinarily well. Look at this. Look at that chasm right there that you're rolling through in the dark.
What chasm? He's making this level his.
He's getting the finer details of good movement too. All of his, like when he jumps, he like lands exactly where he wants to land so he can get the most roll distance on his next roll. Alright, so Stu is coming up on 2 attempts to do a frame perfect trick in this level. This saves more time than any other frame perfect trick In this game, a frame is 1/60th of a second, so it's, I don't know. So some people think that's like hard. Apparently Stu does too, because he didn't go for the first one. I wonder why. Yeah, he didn't get burned. Dang. So he didn't get either of the two frame perfect tricks. Means Fathlo has a chance to catch up by up to 52 seconds, I think.
I don't think Fathlo's gonna go for Kremtide. He doesn't usually in races.
Why wouldn't you? Why didn't Stu? I don't understand. I guess that means he wasn't on PB pace. ODA is more important than elevator antics to get the super jump rolling, so
yeah, that's true. Sense. Very true. Oh yeah, neither of them hit ODA. That's right. I thought I forgot that Stu didn't hit ODA.
Yeah.
He's not on PB pace at all.
Fathlo's coming up to his big moment to catch up here.
Get your prayer emotes out.
Oh, I just realized you can tell if Stu's ahead or behind his PB just by what color his timer is. It updates every level.
He uses IL splits.
Alright, here he goes. Watch Fathlo. He's going for it. I told you! Ah, he didn't get it though.
I wish. If he hits Bird Tut though.
He will.
Too early again.
Not a prophet. In a parallel universe I am though. Alright, so Stu coming into the Rhino level.
Manic Mincers.
Rhino is actually deceptively fast, even though he feels really slow. He's basically, it looks like he's moving roll speed at least.
Oh yeah.
Just by holding right and Y.
And so we pick and choose which enemies we jump on. That's going to give us the best boost. And then we're going to dismount him over this pit here.
Yep. So it can't be that fast that it's worth it to do in, you know, most situations. Like there, they probably saved just a second skipping that, whatchamacallit. Anyway, Stu's about to go for another frame. This race has... Oh, actually, it's not frame perfect. What am I talking about?
This one is not
Silly me. So he's actually going for a non-frame perfect trick that accomplishes the same thing as a frame perfect trick that we did for years. He did... Ooh,
2
that
idiots.
is bad. Okay.
Only 2 idiots.
So, Stu still has a huge lead. But if I know Stu, he might, like, play as if he's way behind. So it could be interesting to see what happens.
Goes for everything.
Yeah. He gets, like, more aggressive, though. The more, like, catastrophic mistakes like that he makes. So, like, here's the thing, like, these guys really need to get the trick that, like, he almost got. I'm not quite sure what went wrong. But the setup of it is such that Fathlo is almost certain to get it, and that's going to save him a ton of time in that particular level.
That's right.
With some deaths, this race might not be over. Might just require 1 death, actually, from Stu. Fathlo gets this trick.
So he's setting it up just like he would a super jump roll. Grab onto the rope here. Sort of float down, and then you're going to start a roll and roll through some guys. Oh, we only got
Fathlo made the same mistake, but he recovered correctly.
Yeah, he got 3 idiots instead of 4.
Yep. Man. So there you go. That's what was supposed to happen. Fathlo traveling somewhat fast, way above the camera somewhere.
Yeah, it's as long as you're holding the B button, you're going to be gaining height. You let go a little bit early there, actually. But as long as you're holding the B button, you're going to be gaining height. You let go of the B button is when you start your descension. So we have visual cues we use.
I'm scared. Okay, so I'm sure Stu practiced that a ton.
He must have.
Remember what I'm talking about?
Oh yes, he died to those bees actually, which is what brought him to the losers bracket in the first place against Jackie.
I think wasn't it the last Mankey?
Oh, it was the Mankey, right? He lost his
Yeah,
first
he like
32
one
to
of the
a
barrels
beat,
coming
right?
down. So yeah, I was like so tense as he's dodging those final barrels. Speaking of final, he's now in the final level and about to go for the final frame perfect trick.
Too
He did
late.
not get.
You get to see some really tight and entertaining platforming at the end here. But very difficult too, so you know, one missed roll, one eaten input, and it's a race again. Like that right there.
Yeah. There's Fathlo has 2 Kongs exiting Loopy, which again shows a difference in their racing style. Stu thought Creme Tut, the frame perfect trick in the first level of this world, was too risky to go for, whereas Fathlo went for it and thought that going solo Kong and Loopy was riskier. Alright, so the bird's back, more bananas. Wasting his life away, spitting nuts, stealing bananas when he could just like be a good bird.
Fathlo, a little too early on the back,
That
unfortunately.
would have been cool if he got it.
There's a few attempts you have at the frame in this level. All of them are highlighted on the wiki. Oh, Fathlo!
Fine.
No!
That's actually
The amazing disappearing platform.
that's an easy place to die as a beginner, but it also again becomes an easy place to die when you get really, really good, like Fathlo is, because he like approached that enemy with a barrel in a way that like he was trying to basically cut it really close so he didn't have to let go of the right button very long at all. And doing that can get you killed pretty easily. That one right there. See, he never let go of right at all. He just grabbed that barrel. He did a tiny, very precise jump. Just barely land on the corner of that ledge so that he gets the right animation when he clashes with the gray dude. Such that, wow, there's just so much impressive stuff going on everywhere, man. You got slap slides over here. Crazy time. Stu is going to get a crazy time.
Yeah, he's gonna 33 for sure. Yeah, he'll 33.
33s are really good.
He had a lot of frames. The only way you can speed up that boss fight is actually trying to jump on him as early as you can, as soon as his crown comes off of his head. Call those crownless hits. Stu just finishing fake crowd. It's important to note now, actually, that if Stu does die, Fathlo could be in the lead.
That's true, but he has both monkeys. He's not going to die. But I should point out that this is just the first race, guys. Best 2 out of 3.
That's true. One more hit for Stu, and that'll finish it off. Should still be a high 35, which is, by his standards, he's probably not happy at all.
I think he's going to tie my PB, dude. Dude, he's going to tie my PB. Yep.
50 for Stu. Nice run, Stu.
GG, dude. Fathlo not far behind. Should be done in about a minute here.
Fathlo abusing the visual cue there. You can stand and not get hit by any cannonballs. So Stu takes the first game, gets all his bananas back.
Dude, that's like 1,000th of the number of bananas that they've collected in this
Oh,
run.
I know. I'm
How
wondering
far
if
does
it's
that
just...
cave go back?
That's what I'm thinking, like if it's just implied that the rest of the cave has all the other bananas.
How do they get it back?
That's a good question.
In the
Maybe
book,
the Kong family helps?
and there is a book. There's a book for this, where at the end of the story, the Kongs basically they link a bunch of mine carts together, all full of bananas, and it's like a train of like banana mine carts, and they just lugged it back to home camp.
Really?
Yeah, but like that would be 10,000 million pounds. Like,
jeez.
How?
I think Stu's gonna go practice the SFR right now. Yep.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
So Fathlo getting a 35-28. Nice run from Fathlo.
GG.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, so
he
confident.
would have gotten 4. He knew he had it.
Yeah. So it's important that in these races like this, when you're doing back-to-back ones, you want to reset your console because any animal tokens that you collect will carry over to your next game if you don't reset. So if you collect 3 of any of those animal tokens, you're in for about a minute and a half long bonus. It's a minute and a half, 90 seconds. It doesn't even spit you out anywhere closer to the end of the level either. I think it starts you at the closest bonus exit, I'm not sure. Or it might just start you at the beginning of the level.
Yeah, it's usually the beginning. That's the worst thing about it. It adds like salt in the wound.
Yeah.
After you've already waited 80 seconds to exit the level.
Some bonus.
Yeah, some people really care about that bonus, though. Like they like have competitions to get all the Winky tokens and stuff. That's pretty hardcore. You know, you're a hardcore gamer when you do that.
I've seen one of our
speedrunners the Claude
get 1,000 Winkies before. That was pretty neat. Never seen so many frogs in my life. Fathlo's probably taking an extra minute here to, you know, recenter himself. Get focused again. That was just a warm-up. I'm sure Fathlo's going to take this next race and we'll go to 3 games. I'm going to switch audio so we can listen to the great credits music, which we didn't get to hear on Stu's stream.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying I'm switching to the credits music. We didn't get to hear it on Stu's stream.
It's interesting to see how different the amount of time between races is for different matchups. Like some people just want to go, go, go. Other people, it's like they want to wait as long as they possibly can for the next race to start.
Yeah, just kind of, you know, relax and reflect on your race. Know what you have to do better. I am more of a go, go, go kind of person, I think. I'd rather just start the race right after, if I know I'm doing a couple in a row.
For sure. I think it kind of depends on how excited you are. Like, there's a sort of like middle ground amount of excitement that everybody needs, and it's different for everybody where like they perform the best. Some people want to be like really calm, so they're probably the people who want to wait a long time. Others play better as they get more excited up until a point. But yeah, if I'm already warmed up and I just finished a race, like, let's go.
Just go right back in there, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to you don't want to give your opponent any more of an advantage too, so I think Stu is one of those, you know, just go right into the next race. Fathlo is the opposite, so I'm wondering if this is more of a head game between the two of them. Mental games beyond the video game.
Yeah, and it has been going on behind the scenes for far longer than this tournament shows. They've raced each other a lot over the years, and
oh yes,
what we call D-Gen races late at night.
Yeah, these two are definitely some of the founders and architects of the DGen race schedule. Starting very late at night, going until very early in the morning, just racing this category over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, they've really raced each other a lot of times.
It was Slick too, but he got a case of real life itis. AWOL for a little bit.
There's not even a new race channel up yet.
I think they're just this has been one of the common themes with the races, is that they're unsure if they should wait for Speed Gaming to start the channel and be there, or if they should just go.
Just make a new channel. It's so easy to make a new channel. It's like type 2 sentences. People are typing 2 sentences in chat. Like,
shows how easy it is.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess Fathlo just wanted to see the credits. He's
makes sense.
He's reset his console.
It's good middle ground amount of like calming down time.
Looks like Fathlo's definitely ready to go. He's itching.
See, some people can only write one sentence. It's like too much to start a new race channel. It's like I can do the start race, but the set goal, like,
it's too much effort. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the one carrying this race here, so I'll let my opponent do that.
You can't forget the clicks too. You got about 2 extra clicks involved in that as well.
You got to type .join and .ready.
Think of how much ATP you're using. You use so much ATP wasted on type. Anyway. Looks like the channel is up now, so we should be going very soon. And I am much excited.
I am very excited as well. If Stu wins this, he's going to face Jackie in the finals for a rematch. If Fathlo wins this, we're going to see Game 3.
Yeah, with this game, you cannot take one race's result as the norm.
That's true.
You could see an almost perfect mirror image of this in the next race, where Fathlo gets like a whole bunch of frame perfect tricks early on.
That's true.
But statistically, over time, the person who's better at the frames is going to win a little more, which is why it's interesting that these guys have been racing each other casually for so long.
Both on title screen. Getting ready to go. It's important to note that if you are waiting for your opponent to ready up, you need to keep the cursor moving on the screen that Stu's on, or else it's just going to kick you back to the title screen. It's very annoying. That's a good point, actually. The winner of this race needs to beat Jackie twice, actually, because Jackie's gone undefeated in this tournament. It's double elimination. So think about it, it's a best of 10, which is a lot of donkey. That's a lot of donkey we're going to see in the next one. Very good point. I didn't think of it that way.
I think once we see Fathlo's timer reset to 0, we'll know it's very soon.
He's probably just going to the bathroom or something.
Can there be too much donkey?
It depends who you ask. Some people definitely, I know some people that have definitely suffered from a case of donkey overdose. It can be pretty terminal.
Yeah, some people have a lot of tolerance to playing the same game again. But dude, I think it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
You get that crazy run.
it's definitely a feeling that's it's a high, you know. It's one that you just want to keep chasing. Speedrunning is a drug. There, I said it.
Yep.
Fathlo still has to reset his timer, but looks like he's about ready to go. On their way very soon.
Hopefully they are still synchronized. Should be. I didn't see any dropped frames.
Yeah, I don't think I saw any drop frames either. Alright, so
I can
Fathlo
feel the tension, man.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Got it with a knife.
this is for a chance to go to get all the bananas.
Perfectly synchronized still. Let's go. Oh.
Great job, guys. So we kind of glazed over what happens in this, but there is an extendo that they both attempt. Rolling through a whole bunch of enemies. Your speed caps once you roll through 4 enemies.
Look how many like enemies they got through there, and like how far they went. It was half the level.
Oh yeah.
Just one roll. But your environment has to be set up in a certain way so that you can actually get that kind of distance. That's why you don't just do that in every single level.
Mm. Although the general rule is rolling through enemies is always going to be faster than jumping on them or jumping over them. You know, you have to have the right set of conditions. You know, be it with camera manipulation like we'll see in Reptile Rumble, or like we see in Forest Frenzy, like we see in Misty Mine. You're doing the SFR and the SJR, keeping enemies alive so you can roll through them.
And this game came out when Mario games were arguably the king of platforming games, and there, like, you're always gonna be killing an enemy by jumping on them. So it's like unnatural. It almost seems dangerous to think that when you're playing this game that you want to try to just like roll right into them.
And a lot of casual players that I see play this game, they do opt to jump on the enemies more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
Gives
find.
you more time to think about where you're going too.
Exactly, and you can get some pretty good height off of them if you hold the B button, or if you get a little short hop if you just sort of bounce on them. One of the other things that's pretty interesting about the water levels here is, unlike the other 2 games in the trilogy, you don't need to hold the Y button in order to stay moving fast. Just take a break. This is why some people opt to mash with the B button. Not mash, but time your lunges with the B button as opposed to the Y button. Fathlo missing that lunge just a little bit. Almost perfectly synced right now.
Yeah, it's really interesting to watch.
This is very, very much a treat for us, the viewers, and us, the commentators. Can't imagine the stress these 2 are under right now, though.
So far it seems to be fueling their performance. The reason they're synchronized is because they're both doing everything perfectly.
It's true. It's actually insane. There's another extendo. This is so funny. I don't know why.
It's more than funny. It's really kind of mesmerizing.
You can just watch the center.
You need to get like 3D glasses when you watch these races.
That'd be great. Looks like they'll both finish with like a high 342, maybe 343s.
Is there like a third mountain, like fuzzy mountain of bananas behind like the regular background bananas?
So many bananas. What's
Ridiculous.
going on here? This level's also a treat to watch. both playing perfectly. This is quite the treat, I said earlier.
They are both playing perfectly, but you'll notice they did desync there. They both have different movement in that part that equals out. Well, that might suggest that Stu's was a little faster.
Just a little bit.
Trying to remember who did which strat there. Anyway, let's watch the next level. This could be where things get shaken up a little bit. It's a long level and a lot of places for little errors. Yeah, you can see their movement is definitely somewhat different here. Where they're choosing to roll in relation to the ledges is a little different sometimes. It's interesting.
If you start your roll closer to the ledge, you're going to get more vertical distance. Whereas if you start it further away from the edge, your roll is just going to drop down. Which is, like, they both have their advantages. You can use rolling close to the edge to clear small gaps without jumping over them. Or you can use rolling further away from the edge to like roll under platforms that you will waste time if you're jumping on them and things. Every situation is different.
These guys are playing really tight.
Stu is just creeping ahead, coming into the first super jump, Millstone.
Race like this, like you don't want to see it determined by frames in World 3. Hope whatever happens in Forest Frenzy, this race in particular, is like equal between them.
Yeah, if one gets it, I hope they both get it. If one misses it, I hope they both miss it. See what you mean?
Stu needs more ties so close that they need frame counts. We've seen, like, actually I feel like in the past 3 months we've seen a lot of like very odd coincidental like ties and things. Like players will, like, 2 players will get the same times that they got in a race the night before. Like in the same race.
Yeah, that's the thing about this game is, you know, especially with when you're dealing with time saves as specific as jump rolls and things, like they're always going to save the same amount of time. So this game is quite notorious for having tied world records and tied PBs, as runners have hit the same frames, things like that. It's another reason why this is quite the entertaining race category. Both finishing up Treetop Town, coming into the first super jump roll, which is the first real time save. Getting a little bit of spoilers from Fathlo in the chat.
That's his twin brother. He's making stuff up.
Oh, Fablo, right?
Yeah.
Stu just gets a super jump.
Fathlo, what is he doing? What is he doing?
Oh, I think he didn't land on the ledge first.
Oh, so he's gonna grab the rope no matter how high up he went?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you could like go up a certain amount and then go over.
No, you if you don't touch the ground first before you bounce into the guy, you're always gonna grab the rope, no matter what.
All right, so Stu's definitely ahead. Fathlo gets this frame here, which he did not. Never mind. So, what is that? I think it's gonna be like 30-second spread, maybe 35.
Stu had an 8:24.
Okay. So if Fathlo would be right around 9 then, if that were true. That's math. That's not allowed, by the way.
No.
In the donkey community.
In this one, it's okay. It's only for DKC 2. We only set math.
Oh, okay.
Which is why we say everything saves a donkey unit.
Yeah, nobody going for the Tempest SJR here. Doesn't save any time, but it's cool.
It's cool, and it It's very safe too because this is a very tricky level. I didn't notice when Fathlo exited.
Yeah, it is actually right around 9 on the dot.
Perfect. So they're about 30 seconds. 36 seconds, I believe. If Stu misses a couple map warps, so this he's got to close the gap a little bit.
It's not that big a gap, but it is very unnerving that the person who's behind right now is the same person who lost the first race.
Map warp.
Can he resist tilt?
3, 4. Uh-oh. Five tries. So that's definitely gonna help Fathlo catch
Did you
up.
see that though?
Yeah, him just missing the edge.
Yeah. That was probably a lot of time in their mind. Also, stumbling on that rope. Like, considering how tied they were recently, like, those are relatively humongous mistakes.
That's true. Fathlo getting a first try attempt here would be would really help him out. Of course.
Very clean.
This is good. There's a few schools of thought as to what the best technique for attaining the frame perfect trick. Some people think that using an outside source, such as a spoon or a cell phone or a Wiimote, should be banned as they are tool assisted. And other people prefer mashing all the face buttons, and some people prefer to just try to time their inputs 3 at a time kind of thing.
Check that out. You see that? What Stu did to B?
Hit him.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Like, you can only hit him with the backswing that Diddy does in his animation. For the first hit, that is. And if you don't time that right, like, you'll whiff really easily, actually. It's cool how they program the barrel to move its hit detection along with Diddy's animation.
That's true.
Like the whole time it's moving, not just like as a projectile or as a shield. So, it looks like Stu. When did he exit?
11:35.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. That map warp fumble may have lost some good, like 8 seconds. But he saved all that over Fathlo. Alright, so less than 30 seconds now.
35 to 02 or 03 or something. So yeah, about 28 maybe. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
I have to consult my calculator.
Alright, good luck.
Hey Google.
Stu rolling through some birds here. Good riddance. And as I was saying earlier, the common theme in this game, just, you know, taking all the warps you can to not deal with the level.
Yeah, especially the end of this level. I think it's the hardest level in the game, casually, if you don't know the secret for the second half.
Forest Frenzy's no pushover with that giant rope with all the maze of birds and things. Like,
that was pretty vicious as well, for sure.
oh yeah.
And the minecart levels, even. We do like nothing in the minecart levels. We cheese them a lot in speedruns.
Oh yeah. Stu finishing up slip slide ride. Fathlo's now attempting the out of bounds glitch to get into the warp barrel. He had to use Donkey Kong last time. No, missed the platform again.
Fortunately, Fathlo did not enter the bonus. It's right behind that fake wall right there. That is actually really easy to do since you're sliding when you land and try to take the warp. You can grab that barrel if you're holding Y at all, and that's almost immediately gonna hit the wall, and the wall's gonna like suck you into the bonus. I'm not kidding, dude. It's like, this is what happens.
It's true.
And it feels like you're being pulled into the void and lose like a million. probably spit you out like in the worst possible place.
Stu finishing up bird, coming into Croctopus Chase. The last opportunity for a nap in the game.
Not for Stu though. Stu is probably very intense on everything he's doing right now.
He's probably holding the Y button right now.
Is he a Y holder?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you surprised?
No, dude. Like he started learning when there's a ton of information already, and like it tells you on the wiki, doesn't it, that you don't have to hold Y in this level?
It does.
Man, not reading the wiki.
Not reading the wiki. Although, some people do opt to hold Y, and I've heard Stu say this. He opts to hold the Y button because he feels naked without it. So it's like muscle memory, you know. You feel weird when you're not holding the Y button in a donkey game.
I know what you're talking about, but get this. I am pretty sure it is anatomically almost impossible, for someone having their thumb hooked down onto the Y button to mash as quickly as someone who's just only focusing on that one button.
That's a
and because of that, they're going to go up faster. Not a lot faster, but enough to, save a few frames. So, yeah, if you care about frames, don't hold Y in this level, please.
I guess Stu's been exposed as someone who doesn't care about frames.
Well, he cares about frames, he just cares about the ones that matter. He's actually, to be fair, he's really doing an amazing job of this level here, cutting these corners super close. It almost looks like he hit the wall, but he knows exactly which pixels he's allowed to touch and just like comb across there as smoothly as possible.
Oh yeah, Stu's definitely one of the best water levels. Stu into Torchlight again. You don't want to. The game gives you the opportunity to grab Squawks, but because he's a bird, we don't grab him. Causes way too much lag. It's just a lot of really tight rolls.
Yeah, it's always pretty intense watching this.
One of the more fun levels in the game, too, in my opinion.
Yeah, this next level is probably debatable as to whether or not it's a fun level. I can see how some people might love this level, but personally, I hate it.
I think it's a lot of fun.
Favorite. You like it?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Except the ending.
Easily one of my least favorite.
Stu getting that super jump roll again. Yeah, Stu agrees, so he's just gonna fly over it and not deal with it. There's a lot of tire rolls that are really satisfying to pull off, and there's a little extendo there, and back boosting through there is a lot of fun.
I don't like tires very much. Tire rolls are cool, but sometimes they're not very cool.
Fathlo's gonna go for the frame. He gets it. He gets it.
Nice. Cool. So closer race than last time, that's for sure.
He's just finishing up with the second beaver hoarder, or banana beaver hoarder. Beaver banana hoarder. He's coming into Oil Drum Alley. See if he can get it without looking at the dots. Dirty no dot looker.
I was hoping you would. Still.
You too could get the damageless super jump roll in Oil Drum Alley if only you could read the wiki. Only you knew dots.
You know a specific dialect of English though in order to understand the tutorial.
It's very true. But us as the viewer and us as the commentators are blessed to be able to see Fathlo a little bit too early.
Ooh,
We're
okay.
blessed to see the ending of this level being done so well.
I think I saw a change in Stu's strategy from the first race. He did something more aggressive that time. Probably feels more warmed up.
I wonder if he's watching Fathlo as well, or listening to us. I know he tends to listen in on commentary sometimes. If he is, hi Stu, you're doing great. Fathlo's listening. Hi Fathlo, you're also doing great. But broccoli is delicious and you're wrong.
Alright, Stu going for another frame perfect. Does not get it, but he's going to still fly over this level. This isn't saving time over the normal route, but it's not really losing much either. And it's kind of worthwhile to get a chance to save like 15 seconds in this level.
Yeah, it's just a safe alternative. You know, to those that just want to finish runs, you learn to super jump over this level. Fathlo opting not to go for it. You have to be very careful where you let go of the B button here, because if you let go a little too early, you're going to get stuck in the walls and you're going to soft lock. That's a really bad feeling. So Fathlo's going to actually make up a little bit of time on Stu here, I think.
You know what I just thought of?
What's that?
I think when we did predictions for the brackets, I think most people predicted that either of these two runners would win the whole thing.
That's true, and it's looking like only one of them is going to win.
Yeah, whoever wins this game is going to go on to the grand finals versus Jackie. I want to be your Jackie.
Fathlo making a fool out of Kaizo jumping right in his face.
All right, half a PP ahead here.
It's the final water level in the game, and definitely the most difficult. Not because it's so hazy, but there's a lot of narrow corridors, and when you lose your fish, he just sort of rockets forward, and if it makes it to the other side of the screen for too long, you will despawn. It's a really bad feeling.
By the way, in this game, you have some iframes when you launch as the fish, which is why you're able to graze those mincer things so closely.
Yeah, there's much debate as to whether this fish or the fish from DKC3 is the best. For those reasons.
What about the two fish?
What about the two fish?
I like the two fish best.
Well, I can respect your wrong opinion, but... So Stu redeeming himself by getting that jump roll off the first bird saves a lot more. I believe an extra second.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. I'm glad he was able to show it off.
Wait, so you don't have to get two birds?
No, you don't have to.
Really? Oh, dang.
Fathlo? Okay. Usually when you have to go back, you have a higher risk of just bouncing off the bird, and if you bounce off the bird, you're dead and you're losing a lot of time. Oh geez, I better...
One thing to keep in mind when you're saying which game's fish you like the best, you're really kind of saying also which levels do you like the best. I think the levels with Engard and 2 are pretty cool, actually. Cool, get it?
Yeah, clever. Very clever, although you're forgetting that, you know, Lava Lagoon is a thing, and Lockjaw is a thing where you use the fish.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh, Stu's skipping Fathlo. I mean, skipping halfway. He kind of roll off the tongue the same way. But yeah, he's skipping halfway, which means Fathlo, the other thing that sounds like that, he could possibly get ahead if Stu dies at the end of this level. That's unlikely, though it is his old nemesis coming up here in Mankey. Alright, he got it.
Alright, good.
One more enemy, though, the trolliest thing, well, one of the trolliest things the devs did in this game. Toss that claptrap at the end.
Right at the end.
And then in loopy. And then the fake credits, like, man, it's mean.
Devs are just trolls. Both of them showing us how Bob should be done. So yeah, we're gonna switch to Donkey at some point during this boss fight because killing the last 2 cycles of enemies is faster as Donkey Kong, as he has more mass than Diddy Kong.
So I go for this trick called a slap slide here, just for swag. And that just requires pressing Y, down, and left or right direction all at the same time. It has to be, like, really the same time.
So I'm unsure if it's frame perfect.
Is it? I thought it was for sure frame perfect.
I'm not sure.
Rainbow would know.
Speaking of frames, during these auto-scrollers, it's imperative that you try to keep as many enemies alive as you can, as killing an enemy can sometimes lag the game a little bit. Stu approaching setup for Grim Tut. Rainbow confirming they are frame perfect.
So again, not going for the first frame Creme Tut, which saves 10 seconds more, roughly, than the Bird Tut alternative, which is what he's about to do. He got it. Okay, so that's 44-second time save, I think. Maybe less, but it's more than 40, which is crazy.
Yeah, I hear a lot of numbers being thrown around.
Come on. Yes! No!
Spoiling us again, unfortunately.
Man, I wanted him to get Creme Tut so bad.
Yeah, me too.
Alright. Well, now the spread is probably about a minute.
Probably a little over a minute, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But there is still a chance, you know. This game is notorious. We have a saying, it would be a shame. It happens sometimes. Stu doing the Yoshi treatment on the Rhino again.
Somebody does the cool dismount strat there. You can press X at the very last second there instead of taking damage, and like you just slide off. It looks cool.
It must be faster too, because you don't get the freeze frames. Stu's setting up here for the Super Hero SFR.
He needs redemption here from the last race. Oop, is that? Okay, okay. Didn't think that was the setup he was going to do. Perfect.
3, 4 idiots. As Fathlo's now just getting on his Rhino. The more I think about it, the more I realize that using the Rhino in this level is sort of like using Rattly in Battle. You have to pick and choose when to jump, how high you jump off the enemies and things.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the snake kind of absorbs into the ground, which makes them feel slow, similar to how the Rhino does.
Mm-hmm. Stu and Loopy right now.
Maybe Fathlo will give us a loopy SJR attempt. Actually, can you still go for that with this strat?
No, I guess not.
I don't know. Actually, no, there's a DK barrel at the beginning. We'll see.
Only 3
I think. What? Really? Dang.
Only 3 idiots. I don't think he's. Yeah, there must be a DK barrel somewhere. to Grab into because it's after halfway where the frame is. Stu coming into perils now. If he hits his frame, it's pretty much it. Not even the loopy super jump roll is going to save it, I think. It's only about 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah, there's a DK barrel right at the beginning. I forgot. A little too early on the frame, unfortunately.
No perils tonight so far. I love that part there where it looks like you're gonna roll off and die and like just got squeezed right under that dude.
Yeah, the double extendo is really neat.
What?
Stu not giving us a golden barrel.
Yeah.
Doesn't care about the fans.
Yeah, he missed a very precise trick there called golden barrel. Looks cool.
Basically, the bee's color palette swaps onto that barrel. Turns golden. We're just finishing up right now.
The reason Stu took damage there was on purpose, by the way, if we didn't mention that.
Yeah, you want to finish the fight as Donkey. His fanfare is shorter, I believe. So it looks like Stu's going to come in with a really low 33.
Low 33?
Low 33 or a high 32. And Fathlo hit perils.
Alright, good.
30-40 something. When you collect the banana, and it's 223, 224. 21 frames shorter, thank you, Sarah.
And I would think this would be subjective, but most people claim that landing these hits on K. Rool's head is easier as Donkey because of the way his jump arcs. Yeah, see how like straightforward that was to jump on his head right as he's vulnerable.
It's definitely visual cues.
Yeah, a lot of people watch the claws here. Something can't be kinda objective.
As I said earlier, both in the final boss fight, if one of them were to die, they have to start the fight over from the very beginning. So, could still happen. Be a shame. Could happen. It's probably not gonna happen though. Stu's just finishing up the fake credits here with another probably 30 seconds to go in the fight. Going to face the undefeated Jackie, who only dropped 2 races this entire tournament, I believe. 3 now, I believe. Yeah, he lost 1 to Stu. He took 1 off of Blueberry. He lost 1 in pools.
I have a question about how that's gonna work. Well, Stu's about to finish. Wow, dude, what a time!
33:08. Nice run, Stu. Congratulations. Advancing to the grand finals to face I Want to Be Your Jackie.
So, yeah, what I was curious is how is the grand finals gonna work? Because normally, like, you would race, and if the person from losers finals wins the like set of however many, they do another set of that same amount.
Yeah, so essentially you're gonna have to beat Jackie twice.
Is that how it's gonna work though, or is it like purely based around the best out of like 3 out of 5.
No, Jackie has to lose twice.
In
Jackie's-
3 out of 5.
No, Jackie has to lose 2
Oh.
sets.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
So if Stu wins the 3 out of 5, he has to beat Jackie again with another 3 out of 5. We had the same thing happen, I believe, with the DKC 2 tournament, Fist and Void.
Oh wow. I don't remember.
Fathlo just missing world record with a 34-21. Nice run to him.
Nice run. It's a meme that the world record is 34-13 in this game. And people actually legit get very excited when they get that time.
It's true. It's a legacy time. There's the lore. It's just a
Yeah.
legacy time where 34-13 was just a very, very good time. So it looks like they're both in their channel here, ready to hop on in. How about I'll grab Stu, you grab Fathlo. How about that? You can drag them in.
Wait, you can drag them?
Yeah. Yo, Stu.
Yo, hello and welcome. How's everyone
Hello and
doing?
welcome. Congratulations.
Thank
Yo.
you.
What's cracking? GG, guys.
GG to Fathlo as well.
Thank you. GG's.
Congratulations, Stu. You're gonna get the run back against Jackie.
Yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Really was bummed out, how both game 1 and game 3 ended against Jackie. Obviously, very very good match with excellent commentary, but still was a bummer to be on the losing end of that one. So it'll be exciting to.
Oh, you were listening?
No, I watched it all back. After,
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
yeah.
right, you're talking about that race.
yeah, the Jackie race. So yeah, it'll be good to get a rematch. I'm definitely itching to race him.
How do you feel about the race you just had, man?
So game 1, I felt really strong. Had some of I don't know if they were my best ever splits through the first few worlds, but they were very very strong. And I even hit the snake, so yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, hitting the snake was definitely neat.
But then once I got to MCM and beyond, it got a little bit hard. I don't know if you noticed, I was doing a new setup in MCM.
Yeah, we did notice that.
I was messing around with it. Yeah, I was messing around with it because Demon Smalls came to my chat the other day and wanted me to do Old Summon. So since I've never done Old Summon, it turned into a big meme run. So I was trying to get jump rolls off of every bird, and I ended up finding a setup for the first bird that's really quick and consistent. And if you get late on the Y press, you can hop back in the cart. So I thought it would be a good race strategy to avoid death. And it only loses 1 or 1.5 seconds off of the optimal. So I thought it was a good compromise. So I was happy I got that in the second race.
That's pretty sick. Fathlo, how do you feel about your race?
I actually have a setup for that too, but I never thought about hopping back in the cart if you're late. So that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, it's really good for races.
Especially in that level, if you miss the bird and you're too late, you're just hopping in the air right to your death. So it's good to have that backup.
Yeah. My races, I felt I played pretty well tonight. I just could not hit a frame. Nowhere. I think I hit 3 over the course of 2 runs.
You were the only one that hit perils
Yeah.
in both of these races. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I was way behind at Frenzy because what happened was I was going for the SJR, and if you roll down and duck and then bounce off the guy at the same time, you can't move left or right.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was it. I thought it was
So
because
I was stuck, and then I had to just walk off the edge and die.
I thought it was because you didn't touch the ground before you jumped on him and you noticed it.
No,
So...
no.
Okay, all right. Neat.
No,
Good to know.
Yeah, because you're moving right, and then you quickly go back left, and I went left down, so I slightly ducked.
Oh,
And then you're just
jeez.
stuck.
That's tilting.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
bummer for sure.
Even without that though, unless I hit another frame somewhere, I wouldn't have won, because what was the difference here? Yeah, over a minute. So
There's some really good movement. You guys both
Yeah.
had insane worlds 1 and 2 in the second race where you were like synchronized the entire time.
Literally the whole time. It was quite entertaining.
Nice.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh, yeah, and I did hit the frame for Krem in the second one, but I
Ooh,
didn't get the
nice.
wiggle.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, I went really hard in on that because I knew like if Stu got Bird, I know he didn't go for Krem in the first one, so I knew if Stu got Bird, it was only a 30-second difference going into World 6, so I could pull back a little bit and then just hope.
Yeah,
And I mean,
would've been close.
even though I got perils, it still wouldn't have been enough though.
I mean, I did
That
miss
would've been
SFR
20
in the
seconds.
first race. So yeah, if you had
Yeah.
hit Krem and I'd missed SFR, that's there you have it. That would have been it. I forgot to mention that I actually was really happy. I think it was the second race. That Croctopus was like 1.5 pianos. Lord have mercy, that was so good.
They were disgusting. I got to give you that.
That was a gold IL for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the second race, I had 4 pianos, but I bonked 2 walls. So if I just didn't bonk, it would have been like that.
Negative
Really good
piano. Oh my god.
Negative
Imagine,
piano.
imagine negative piano in your donkey speedrun. Oh, jeez. Well, definitely entertaining. Thank you both for the race. Fathlo, you're at a tournament. How do you feel?
Yeah.
What's your plans going forward? You gonna stick with the game, or?
Well, yeah. At least I finally got bronze in the last.
That's true.
In
Yeah,
the last tournament,
we've officially
we were
brought
supposed
it.
to have a bronze match between me and Peachy, but he just never didn't want to do it. So, I mean, I guess I technically got bronze there because he didn't want to do it. But
This is officially the furthest we've taken a Donkey Kong Country All Stages Tournament.
yeah,
And,
Got 1 step to go. Any idea when that might be?
I really hope it's before I leave for back home to St. Louis for Christmas. So I leave on the 20th. So I'm gonna hopefully schedule something with Jackie before then. And I'm pretty sure, since it's a double elim, if I win the first, I think it's best of 5, right?
yeah. Yes.
If I win the first one, then I think it's a bracket reset, right? So I'd have to do it all over again.
wait,
Yeah.
really? I thought it was just going to be best of 5.
No,
That's
it's
insane.
it's
insane.
double elimination. Yeah, it's double elimination. So Jackie has to lose twice in order
Yeah,
for
so
you to
get
win.
ready
Just
for
been
10
best of 3.
solid races.
It's a lot of donkey.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it ends up
Holy.
being that way, it might end up being 2 separate days. But again, hopefully I can contact Jackie and get it scheduled within this week, and we can wrap this up before the end of the year.
Yeah, the two of you are on similar schedules, even though you're in different time zones. So it shouldn't be too hard to schedule one. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, nice runs, fellas. GG's.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Stu.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Fathlo, for having your tournament removed.
Thank you.
And we're going to sign off here. We're either going to go to Speed Gaming 2 or Speed Gaming 6. They're both hosting Link to the Past randomizers. So keep your eyes peeled on the schedule for the All Stages Tournament when the finals are announced. And we'll see you there. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
See ya.
Have a good
See
one.
you.
Bye.